Hi guys, welcome back to another live. So today I have a guest, Alice.
Alice and
Yeah, and then today, as the title states, we're going to talk about trauma in Ugandan schools and what parents don't know. We're going to share our experiences, and basically we are going to be ourselves. Yeah, studying in Uganda is good, but most South Sudanese parents don't know what their kids go
Do you know
through.
what, Helen? Zul Wahid did the video. We're not live on Facebook.
Yeah,
Can you ask somebody? This is Facebook,
this is YouTube.
but we're not live on Facebook.
We are live on Facebook.
Guys, please want you to confirm if you are live on Facebook.
We are live on Facebook.
We are.
We are live on Facebook. Anyways,
Sorry.
anyways, guys, as I was saying, we're going to talk about the things that we faced in Ugandan schools. Most South Sudanese go to Uganda to seek education because our country, the situation of school in South Sudan is not really that good. So, yeah, some of us start schooling in Uganda from baby till university. So basically, like Uganda is a second home to most South Sudanese. And today we are going to share our experience. So I'm going to start with Alice. Yeah, I'm going to ask her some questions. But before I start asking her questions, she's going to introduce herself. And then she is going to tell us who is Alice. Who is Alice? Okay?
Okay.
The mic is yours.
Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing fine. I'm Alice Anekiti Donato. Who am I? I'm not a student anymore.
Yeah, she graduated.
Yeah. I mean, South Sudanese, as you can see. And as the title says, I don't have a lot to say about myself, but I just want to go straight to the point.
Period.
I don't know if you're going to ask me questions or you want to just go straight and explain.
Yeah, you should go straight to the point. You should share your experience.
Share my
First of all,
experience.
yeah, when was the first time you went to Uganda and what class did you start in? And
Okay.
basically, how was it?
Okay, I'm going to start my story. Let's go back to 2011.
Period.
Yeah. So, imagine like we're going back to 2011.
Yeah.
So 2011, that time, there was this uncle that came to my father and he was like, you know what, there are schools in Uganda and they're really good. They offer very good education. Your kids will speak good English, yada, 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 all these things. And by then it was a school in Gulu. So I started in Gulu.
I actually loved Gulu.
You haven't been there. So I don't like So there was this school. I don't want to mention names of schools because they did not pay me to advertise them. So I studied in Gulu, and the experience was horrible. It was a horror. I'm not gonna talk about everything that happened, but I'm just gonna talk about a few experiences. So there was a time they had to because the school was small, they made us to move from this new school, from the old school to a new one, to a new location, from a new location to the old location. Let me explain to you. So we were like in the city, but then there was another school where the other, because in that place where we were, it was only like from P1, nursery, P1, P2, P3, P4, and I was in P3 by then. So they wanted us to move out from that place so that they can leave it only for the nursery kids and all that. Because the other school that is in the village, I don't know, it's just like in a bushy place, like a very bushy. The other school was better and yeah, it was bigger and new. So
you started like in primary, like a baby what?
No, I was in P3 by then.
Oh,
so I went from
primary
I studied in South Sudan until P2 something. Then when I went there, I was in P3. You get? Yeah, 2011. So what happened? We, normally they're supposed to get us like big, let's say cars and all that to take us to that school, right? But guess what? We footed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. So that time, like they only took our suitcases, only suitcases, and maybe the mattresses and everything. But the rest of we had like some small. If you have like small luggage and all that, you have to carry it like on your back, and you have to foot. And mind you, it's really far, like from the town to the village. Like that place is a forest. So we started our journey in the morning, early in the morning, and we reached at night, like late in the evening. And guess what? When we reached there, we had to like settle in, and there was no food. The cooks were like still cooking. The cooks were cooking. There was no food. I don't know. It was horrible. Then we had to like wait. We sat down for some time as we wait for the food, but there was no food. We sat there until I think it was around 10. It was dark, like you cannot see your neighbor. That's when food was ready, and they gave us. It was this look. It's gulu. So everything is giving actually. They made bambe. So they made bambe.
Bambe is sweet potato.
Okay, I'm sorry. They made sweet potatoes, bejanjaro, and beans. So, imagine being hungry like the whole day. Maybe you should normally start with it's like fasting. You should start with something light, but then they have to give you something heavy like that. With hunger, you have to eat, like with gluttony and everything. What eating? We ate. There's this one girl I still remember. She was still young, Bambi. She was a young girl. She had to she overate. She overfed herself because she was so hungry, and she pooped on herself.
My skin.
Yeah, no, we should not be laughing, Bambi.
No, do you know what? Actually, most of the times when you were in Uganda or when you're in let's say a school or something, you will not feel the trauma until you live it. Yeah,
no, I didn't even know it was traumatizing, but
until
there was a time when I started telling Helen. Then I remembered I was like, hey, is it the reason why I'm not like a soft girl and all that? Because I was trained to be a hard girl and all that.
Military.
Yeah, like that is really, really bad. So by then I was still young, and imagine my mom. Even like when we were in the city, like when we were in the other school, like things were bad. You could take us to that school that we moved in the new location. We could go and do farming. Yeah. I'm telling you, we could go and clean. We do a lot of things, a lot of kira. And when we come back in the evening, because we're always like footing, bro. We always foot. And when we come back in the evening, there's no food. I'm not crying. There could be like there's no food. I remember there's one guy called Mandela. So when you imagine working the whole day, then you come back to school and it's time for food. You have to make a line, and then when you make that line, they come and give us like posho. Small like I don't know, like this finger, like this, small like this.
Yeah,
it was so bad. You have to just eat like 2 bites, it's over. But there's this guy called Mandela. Mandela was tired. He worked. I think he overworked himself.
Miskin.
So when he put his plate, they gave him that portion of posho. Mandela kicked the plate. He kicked it like this, and he ran. He was running out of the school.
Miskin.
He was running all the cabodays. They were like chasing him.
What is cabodays?
The people who are the cooks.
Yes.
They were like chasing Mandela, Binkan. It's they speak actually. Gulu people are actually. It's me too. I'm an actually, but I'm actually from South Sudan. I'm not a Ugandan. So they were like chasing Mandela. They brought him back and they added him posho. For us who do not have the audacity or the rasgoi to like throw the plate and fight for our rights, we have to eat like that that posho that is swelled like idatide. It was so bad.
Miskin.
So in that new location, it was really tough that side. Mind you, our parents didn't know that they moved us from the old location to a new one. They just decided, because why would you do that? If they wanted, they would have waited for the new term.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next time when we're coming, they would announce it to the parents and they would take us to the new location. But they just moved out of nowhere. It was very, I don't know. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. And what else happened? I don't know if you guys can see. It can't be seen. I have Alama. Also, in the new location, apparently, there were like ghosts. So we had a lot of ghost stories. So there was a time, the reason why I have this car, I wanted to show you, but I don't know. I don't think so. It's possible to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sleeping. And all of a sudden, boarding. I don't know people who are in boarding, they can relate. Somebody can just make a word of me and just shout Jesus. Once you hear the word Jesus, you have to run. So this girl woke up that she saw a ghost and she was like, Jesus! Everybody was running. And for me, I was sleepy. I got out, I started running too. But instead of running like to the clear road, like the road is like this, I ran to the wall. Because I was not seeing, it was dark. I ran to the wall and I hit my head. I hit my head, it was bleeding, but I didn't care. I had to just run for my life because bro, who wants a ghost to kill her relation?
Yeah.
I ran. At the end of the day, it was nothing. They checked, they said there's nothing, you should go back to sleep. And that moment you cannot sleep. I was shaking. So we thank God. My parents came. It was 1 year. We spent 1 year. Like that one, it was the last time when they moved us. So my parents came to take us like for holidays. When they came, they were even shocked. They told them, no, the kids are no longer like, the students are no longer here. They moved them to a new location. My mom was like, what? Why would you do such a thing? Like, you move people's kids to a different location without letting them know, without the parents knowing. That is like kidnapping. They're like, no, sorry, we'll escort you to the location and all that. So they brought my mom. When my mom saw my brother, because it was 3 of us in that school, me, my elder sister, and my brother. So when my mom saw my brother, like my brother could not even recognize her. He had like this small coin. He went to buy this. I don't know. There's something like that, like cassava chips or something.
Yeah.
He went to buy. He had only
it.
like that money. Bambi, it was so bad. He was buying it. He was eating it like next to the gate. When my mom saw him, he could not recognize my mom because that is trauma, Bambi. But my mom was like, Abu, when Abu realized it was my mom, he started crying. He was crying.
Miskin.
Hey, Bambi. It was so bad.
Miskin.
So that's how my mom, like, they took us away from that school and we told them everything. Things were bad in that school. The beans they used to cook in that school, you can see it's water and 3 beans or something. Water, literally water. They don't put anything like oil, no seasoning, no nothing. It's just water. For you to find a bean, like, you're lucky. But it was bad. My parents removed me from that school. And so now again, uncles and suggestion, they were like, and also we had like our cousins in Kampala by then. So like, it's better we go to Kampala. It's better because Gulu is like a village and all that. So that's how we moved to Kampala the next year. You have a question?
No, let me actually. I don't know. I don't really know if my school kind of like traumatized me. I kind of like enjoyed my school in Uganda because my sisters were there with me. Yeah. Sorry, guys, our microphone went off. If you didn't hear her story, my sisters were with me in the school, and we had a teacher, and I think no, like he was friends with my parents, and he kind of like took care of us in a way. He took care of us in a way. Wait, what are you talking?
It's not possible. Like the mic doesn't work. Or what?
Yeah, a minute.
So they didn't hear my whole story.
They have your story. I don't know. Maybe they did. Sorry, guys. We can record without a video.
I swear the video is not showing a lot of it. I don't know.
Okay, record without it. Oh, Jesus Christ. See here.
Like our cousins in Kampala by then, but like, it's better we go to Kampala. It's better because
it's good. Let's see. Oh, so we're just cross-checking. So my sisters were around, and it wasn't like hard kidda. Like everything was good because you have someone big, and then they'll not mess up with you like that. They respected us, and then I don't know. I kind of like lived soft life besides the ghosts and maybe the poor feeding, because most schools in Uganda, they feed you beans and posho. Like, what is posho? Acida. Like, I don't know. Acid, like maize kida, fufu, yani. That's what they used to.
The Kenyans, they can call it ugali.
Yeah, ugali. And basically that's it. And then, like, before you go to Uganda, you have to take you take things from South Sudan, yeah, and then we used to take chipoli, like peanut paste and all that, and then you put it in the say it with me, janjaro, and then you eat, and then you enjoy, yeah. So I'm just going to ask Alice some questions, and she's just going to answer them basically.
Okay. Good.
Our first question is.
That's the question?
No.
Mind you, this is not like my glow season. My glow season. Like right now, things are not going well. Otherwise, I would look. Anyways,
okay. What form of trauma did you experience? Besides, like, have you ever experienced bullying?
We're talking about, you want to talk about bullying, bro? Hey, let me tell you, it's not easy actually to be in boarding schools. You know that we have like the other. There's some, in every school we have girls that are like, they act like I am Kida, I am like this, I am like that. Of course, I had a lot of bullying. So there was a time I can tell you a story. It is so funny. So there was this girl. She bullied my sister. My older sister. She's like, nobody knows that she's even my elder sister because I look older than her, and I was also in a higher class than her. So there was a girl that was bullying her, a girl in my class. So the girl actually used her water. This thing with body whereby you have to fetch your water and keep it under the bed so that you can wake up early and go bathe and all that. So this girl used my sister's water, and my sister was crying. I asked her, what happened? What is it? And she was like, this girl used my water. And now she, like, when I told her, she was like, no, it's not your water. Like doing, rasgoy and all that. Then me with my also rasgoy.
So you were the bully?
No, I wasn't a bully, God forbid. Wait, listen to the story. Of course, me, I'm not like, I've never been a bully. I don't think so. So I was in the dormitory. I was making up like, this girl, if she comes today, it will be me and her. I'll fight with her. I'll beat her up. Blah, blah, blah. So rumors went to the girl. She was in the bathroom. Yes, rumors went to the girl later. Rumors went to the girl in the bathroom, and she came. She came ready, and Alice said, "You want to fight with me? Today is our day. Come." And I'm like, yeah, what about? She held me like this. She put me up. Lifana. I was swung like this. Boom. I broke my back.
Again?
I was crying now, and I did not do nothing. I did not even like try to fight with this. Me, I'm not a fighter. I swear, I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. So yeah, I fell down. My back was broken like that, and then she felt bad for me at the end. The girl who beat me up, she took me to the nurse. It is so funny. She took me to the nurse, and I think she felt bad because, yeah, I had a lot of forms of bullying, but the one in Gulu was bad more than the one in Kampala. Kampala we were like all big girls.
Actually, I don't think I was bullied because before, like me, since I was in South Sudan, I always knew how to stand up for myself. Yeah, no one bullied me. My sisters cannot bully me. Like even strangers cannot do that. So I don't think I was bullied in a way. Maybe I kind of like bullied someone. And then I'm sorry. I now know better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You are the bully.
No, kind of. Market it like maybe once in a while. Yeah, it could have happened. So, do you think South Sudanese parents are aware that these things is going on?
I don't think so. They are, because normally these things happen, and you even forget. Like there was a time in Uganda, Kampala. There was a time something happened to us. Like we were making noise in the dormitory. It's normal. We are young. Of course, when you meet, because you're always in class and all that. So when you have not the time, you can discuss with your friends. We were making noise, and the teacher came and they took us to the field at night. And they made us and the field was wet because it had rained that time. So they took us to the field and they made us to do frog jumps, and we were like rolling on the ground and they were caning us. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. We came out like we were so dirty. But we don't tell our parents normally. because I don't know, we consider it normal because we don't know what is bad. And the beatings, sometimes you feel like the teacher is beating you, like it's personal. It seems so personal. They beat you. I don't know. We thought it was a normal thing, but then now that I am grown, I just remembered it. Just came out like, okay, that wasn't good. Because why? And there was one time, this month, I will never forget it because it's really bad. That one, it was like crossing the line and all that. So this teacher, I don't know what I did to him. I really don't know. He came to class. I think he was angry at me, and he was like, da 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 da, da making noise like you. And then he called me prostitute. The audacity. A young girl like me, I don't know how old I was. I was like a baby. I was still young. Why would you call a girl like that? Like such words, they're really bad. You can call maybe a student stupid. Even it's not good, but at least, but you cannot call a girl like a young girl prostitute. What do you mean by that?
Well, for me, I actually remember when I left my first school, my first primary school, then went to another one. There was we had like two teachers. One was actually Christian. I think I shared this thing with you. The Christian one, he used to teach geography, no, social studies, and CRE, and then the other one used to teach science. So these two teachers, every time before they enter the class, the first thing that they would say, at least the Christian one, he would pray. That's good. He would pray. But after praying, when he's about to finish the class, the lesson, he will insult people. Like like obesity, like he will insult. And then when he's done, one time I remember he was like, "You girls, you think all these things that you're rubbing on your lips is healthy? Do you know that they go to the hospitals and then they take the foreskin of the after circumcision, they take the foreskin and then they mix and then they you girl, I was so disgusted. Like during that age, like in like that
You
time,
would believe
I
it.
actually believed. I was like, it's real, it's true. But then, yani, now I know better. It's not true. Yeah, it's not true. And then the science one, I remember he would come to class and then he will point, like he would just touch you on your head and then he'll be like, "You pass science. You pass. You have division one, right? Division one or national?
D1, yeah.
Yeah." He'll be like, "You have D1, you're going to fail." Like, I don't know, he was just speaking. And as a teacher, I feel like you're not supposed to do that. Ugandan teachers should know better. There are some things that you don't have to say to your pupils or your students, because now that I know better, I know that when you speak something over me, since you're a teacher, you kind of like, our parents entrusted us to your care. So they know that whatever that you're going to give us is going to maybe affect our life in the longer run. Yeah. But then they'll be like, "You're like this, you're like that, you're like that." And it's not good. Like, it is not good. That man would come, he would curse, he will call people, he will look at you, he'll be like, "Oh, even after finishing P7, you're going to get pregnant." Shunu, shunu. Well, like, they used to say all these things. I even wonder right now whether the people that I actually went to school with finished their university and their high school, because it's too much. The teachers used to say nonsense. Yes, they used to teach. Yes, they will do their job, but they will add other stuff for
They add trauma.
Stima.
As I give you knowledge, you go with this trauma. As I give you knowledge, I slap trauma. And also, I remember something that a teacher said. So I think it's the same teacher. He was like, "You know what? Beautiful girls don't actually graduate." That's what he said. Then they just end like primary, like this, secondary, they go and they stop studying. But it's only the ugly ones that graduate. I'm like, bro, now me that I'm graduating, what does that mean? What are you trying to insinuate? Maybe you will. It's a bad thing. Like, you're not motivating me. So if I complete my school, it means I'm not beautiful.
You are beautiful. I mean, like, everyone is beautiful in their own way. We should stop talking. Which teachers actually, not only in Uganda, I think even in Kenya, the South Sudanese in Kenya can testify.
Not only even in Uganda, Kenya, even
Everywhere.
South Sudan, everywhere. As long as you're a teacher, you should be careful of what you say, because you don't know. You might think you're just saying it for the time being, but we don't forget. See, how many years later, and I still remember. is not a good thing. You should be careful what you say or what you do to the students, because they don't forget. They do not forget it, and you don't know how it will like affect them as they grow. So we should be careful. Should be careful.
Okay, our next question is, if you were a parent, let's say you're sending your kid to Uganda or you've sent your kid to Uganda, how would you spot warning signs when they come back home? How would you spot the signs? How would you know that they're being traumatized at school?
I don't know. Maybe if I was a parent, because I wouldn't say like the South Sudanese parents, they realize that you did this. It's like a normal thing, because they will tell you life is like that. That's how school is supposed to be. You don't know what I went through. You know how I used to work. Like we never had books, we never had light. Yeah, there's a way they will also complain, but I don't blame them. They also went through a lot, so they do not know about privileges and how to live life with ease, and to live life with free will. Because they're also like that. So maybe ask the new generation. Me personally, if I take my children, if they come from boarding, the first thing I will do, I will have to first ask them. I'll make sure they are my friends, and we discuss a lot of things. I'll be like, you have to tell me everything that happens in school. If there's anybody that bullies you, let me know. Yeah, I make sure they tell me everything. And you can also notice, trauma. There are many ways. That some people like the way they flinch, like when they just like they're already like. And I noticed I always do that. I do that a lot.
Begin?
Mm-hmm. It means I was my hand races like it's not easy.
And I also think that parents should, you're not in Uganda, you're in South Sudan, you're working, you're sending money and all that. It shouldn't only be sending money, you should also like pay sudden visitation. You should go.
What is that time?
Visitations. You should just go unannounced. Don't tell the teachers. Just go and see. You understand? Sometimes the way you have sent your kid to school is not the same way they come back home. Some of them gain weight, others lose. So you understand? You should ask them what happened. How was school? And as you eat. Mm-hmm. And as you're back home, like in South Sudan, you should also pray over your kids. They're in another country. Just go down on your knees and start praying. Pray. Your prayers, there's a way God can actually protect your kid in Uganda when you're here in South Sudan.
Period. Yes, amen. It is the truth. It's the truth. Prayers go a long way. You might think you're just saying it in your room, but it goes a long way. You should always pray for your kids. The ones who are in school, pray for them, dedicate them to the Lord as they sleep. Because we have had the rumors of ghosts and all that, though we have never seen like with our naked eyes, but I believe they are there.
Yeah, me too. I actually believe.
Yeah, because the devil always looks for kids, like they want to take to steal their stars and their innocence.
Yes.
Yeah. So you should always pay attention and always ask your children. Be a friend to your children and ask them, and do visits. And in my school, it reached to an extent, because in P7 that things were like brutal. Everything was bad. They reached an extent of restricting parents. If you see a mom, like your mom came, you don't have to go and greet her.
Why?
Baba. No visitation for P7 members. If they bring something, they will have to leave it in the office, and that's it.
Actually, that thing is trauma itself. Like, why would you stop me from seeing my mom? Or my dad, or my sisters? You cannot do that because you don't have that authority. Yes, you're my teacher, but that's it. Yeah. And also another thing that used to traumatize me in a way that I now understand that it's trauma is all these things of sudden burning of schools. You hear that this school got burned, the dormitory, this and this. I don't know. Like, it used to scare me that most of the times when I remember my school was next to the tombs, Ugandan tombs. How do you call them? Mahadageta, Uganda, the Rubaga, where they buried the kings and all that. And then I don't know, one time that place got burned. Yabinia, we started praying in our dormitory because it's very close. Guys, sorry for the noise. It's very, very close, like to our school. When it got burned, everyone in the dormitory was praying. Like, we were just praying. And then I remember our matron, she was like, the gods of our land, she's Catholic. She was like, in Uganda, yes, the Uganda. I used to remember Uganda, but I forgot now. She was saying things like, the gods of our land is going to answer. And I don't know, like within 2 minutes or the 3 minutes of that tomb getting like burning, it started raining. And then she was like, hey, no, 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 you know how Ugandans are. She was like, yes, this is like the god of our land. The Shunu, the kings that died. They are now like they brought the rain. Shunu. I was scared. I was like, oh my god, we are next. We are next. But I thank God that it did not happen. The next day, they said no school. They kind of like declared. I think they declared a holiday, national something to mourn the burning of the thing. But I don't know. I just feel like that whole situation put fear in me, like fear of death. I used to be scared. I was like, my mom sent me to the school to study. Then tomorrow she would wake up and then they'll be like, oh, this school got banned because of this and this and this, and that's it. Kalash has lost me like that. Like, thank God it did not happen. I'm still here, live and bawling.
Yeah, we're grateful for that. And yeah. Also, we had an experience of burning, like of a fire accident, but it wasn't in our school. I remember we just woke up and we could see the fire, like it was looking like the classes were burning, but no, it was we had a club. No, it wasn't ours. There was a club next to our school, and it was the one burning. So I remember it was so horrible. They had to like make us. They put us in a line because if it was the school, we had to like evacuate immediately. But
Yeah.
thank God it wasn't the school, and yeah, we're grateful. The school really it wasn't bad. We're not like talking negative or anything, but yeah, Ugandan schools are very good because the reason why we speak
English today
English the way we
is
speak
because
it
we
is
went to
because of them.
Uganda.
And we had like some friendly teachers. It's not like every teacher poured
Was
like
bad.
negative energy on you. No, we had like a few. You can count them 1, 2, 3, but the rest were good. They taught us very well and they loved us because it's not easy to be in that school in a school like for 3 months without seeing your parents. They took care of us. They made sure we ate, and yeah. So we are really grateful. We are really grateful for Uganda. We're grateful for
Our second home.
our second home, the love and everything. Because we made friends who became sisters. Yeah, we have friends that we can call like in case we go to Uganda right now, we're like, oh, we have sisters there. So yeah. And also the trauma was only not based on South Sudanese, by the way. It wasn't only like maybe they were gaining only South. No, no, no. It was for all of us.
Yeah.
It's like their way of discipline. Like that's how they discipline, but that is wrong. That is really wrong, according to me. But maybe, I believe things are changing as the world is evolving. Things are also changing, and the beating is now being reduced. And yeah, it's more of soft teaching. But those days, hey. And I believe the days before it was even worse. So things are just changing. With time, everything will be perfect.
Yeah, I also want to add to that. As she said, not all teachers were bad actually. I had some teachers that were so nice and lovely. And I don't know if they're still alive. Yeah, but then we had Miss Gladys. She was so nice. And then also Innocent. Innocent was also nice. Like he taught us science. He was a Munyankole. He was so nice. Like I love him. I don't know where he is right now, but I hope he is good. Yeah. So, do you have anything to say?
No, I don't have anything to say
Okay.
for now.
Our second last question. What advice would you give to someone who is about to join a Ugandan school?
Go.
Advice.
That's cool. Yeah. Because I believe at this time, at this moment, things have changed. Like I say, things have evolved and everything. They no longer do a lot of beatings, and it's more of soft. Because I remember when I left my school, I started seeing, because I still follow my school page and I see the things. Why are people going to Dubai for 2 hours? Like, bro, you're just waiting for us to go. Like things have changed. I can see like it's more of soft teaching. Yeah, it's a safe place and you can go. I advise you to go. But if you experience anything that if you know is no good, I will speak out. Tell your parents and everything.
Yes. I think I'll also say the same. You know, it's always better to go to Uganda to study than to stay in South Sudan. because it's that bad. But actually, there's some nice schools in South Sudan these days.
No, I don't say like it's the best thing to do or something. Yeah, the schools in South Sudan are very good, but it's just like the economic crisis and everything. Like sometimes all of a sudden you hear if you care about that some parents are scared of their kids, for like they're scared of the safety of the kids. So if you want like you can just calm and safe. So that's the only reason. But there are schools in South Sudan,
Yeah,
who are teaching also very good and everything. If you have the money, take your kids. If you don't have the money, it's okay. And if you feel like you want to, you can take. It's a matter of choice. Yeah. Yeah, because
what she said is actually right. If you have the money and you think you can afford Ugandan schools, go for it. Because first of all, the safety and then the teaching or the learning environment is better than the one in South Sudan. And then you learn to kind of like be independent because you're not close to your parents most of the time.
You learn how to solve problems on your own.
Yeah, and then you meet new people from different tribes, different culture. You learn a lot of stuff. Yeah, nationalities as well. So go for it. Go for it. Okay, my last question is: if you could speak directly to school leaders in Uganda, what would you say?
Oh my God, it has been long. It's not like yesterday or something. Maybe, to be a teacher, it doesn't mean like you have to be a tough teacher. You can be a soft teacher and still kids will understand. There's one thing I realized about me. The reason why I only like English, and now, by the way, I'm a graduate of English Studies, Linguistics, because it has always been like, all the English teachers were like soft and they were like good. And that's how I fell in love with the language. And one thing I've studied, I've learned about how how a teacher teaches, the approach that he uses. If you're a rude teacher, you're like always scaring the kids, like I am this, you have to pass like that. There's a way, there's fear, and the kid will not learn freely. Just be a nice person. Doesn't mean like you have to be strict, like do this. No. Kids, as long as just be, I don't know, be nice. The soft teaching, they will understand. There's nothing like ears of an African kid is on the nyash on the but it's a lie. It's a lie. That's a lie that they put on our heads, by the way. I believe like caning, because even when I went to when I was in South Sudan, of course there was beating and all that, but it wasn't like the one in Uganda. When I was not like passing very well, like maybe because they're not beating us enough, like they should beat us so that we can understand. It's time, you see? Yeah. Like they should cane us more so that I can understand. Because I used to pass maths. I was a mathematician in Uganda. I could pass because we were beaten to pass. We could pass because of that. But now, when I was in South Sudan, it was like normal, relaxed. I was failing with confidence because who is gonna beat me? That one was a threat. If you fail like this, you reduce your marks. You add by mistake. They beat you. I just beat you. They beat you. So I was so relaxed because if I fail, it's on me. Nobody has anything like to say this. So I became so relaxed and I started failing. And I was like, okay, they should bring that method. They should be caning us so that we can understand.
You were used to the trauma.
Yeah, I was used to it.
I actually don't like it when a teacher beats me or something like that. I don't know. I'm caught of a rush. Like you see my veins, they all come out. Like I'll cry. When I'm crying, I'm like I don't cry like I cry. Oh my God!
Really?
I swear.
Well, I became so used to beatings to the extent like I remember I told you like when I was in South Sudan, there's some friends of mine who are scared of being caned. I would go and I sacrifice myself for them. Like they cane me on their behalf. Come and cane me. Like I would do things because I know at the end you just cane me. I don't care. I go down. Dune. They call us hardcores.
They call you metal.
You go like this.
I can't.
Do. You stand up and go, and then you say, hey.
Let's go. You know, like no, I cannot. I don't like it when the teacher beats me or any. I actually see in some schools, even in my primary school, they used to beat people. Yeah, but I don't remember a teacher beating me more than 5. Even in St. Lawrence, they don't. During my time, they used not to beat people more than 5. Can you get a ketir? You report to the principal. I saw my saying you report to the principal. That's one thing that I loved about St. Lawrence. And then in my other school, because I kind of like went to two primary schools, two secondary schools, and then three secondary schools actually. In my other primary school, where the teachers would curse a lot, there, like they beat they. If you get a, let's say if you get 87 in science, like these exams, next exams you get 86, you're dead. You are dead. But you cannot count.
My yours is good. Let me tell you, our teachers became brutal to the extent if your marks reduces, they'll cane you. If you add, they say, why didn't you get it last time? So they will still cane you.
I feel like this, like maybe they're
Like, it was a
wise.
competition. I'm not lying. It was like a competition of beating. They made their sticks and they gave names to the sticks, like to the canes. Eh? They, like somebody said, he went until Mabira to get that stick.
Lavina Forest. Jeriba.
It was funny.
Anyways, if I were to meet a Ugandan teacher or a leader, I would tell them, I would advise them to speak life to most of their students. Even the dullest of all can actually get aggregates for. Yeah, you should not undermine. You should not pick. You should not be like, this one is going to pass and this one is going to fail. You're already like putting that fear in this one that he's stupid. You're already calling him stupid. And when you see, even if you don't open your mouth, the fact that you said this one is like this, it's like you're already putting that thing or that trauma or the curse on them. So I'll be like, you should speak life to most of your students and be kind. It's not the end of the world, you know. You may not know where tomorrow you're going to meet that student. Yeah. Today you were like their teacher. Tomorrow they might become presidents or ministers, and then you or your kids would go to them, and then they'll be like, your father, your mother did this and that. It's not good.
You see, right now, like I know I'm done. And there's some teachers in like I have in mind, like bro, just know one day if I visit you, I'll go. If you're alive,
Ballers.
You
Ballers.
Mostly the English teachers who are good. The English ones are just like, take my money, collect.
I actually have this one teacher that I'll never forget. She's called Maureen Doreen. I don't know, but she's Maureen something. I've forgotten your name. I love you so much, and I'm going to share my story soon about what she did, how God used her to make me like, you understand? It's for another video. But guys, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm good.
So guys, we haven't spoken like about most of the stuff, the things that we faced in Uganda and all that, but the few that we have, I hope it doesn't repeat itself in a way. Like, I hope you guys would understand it and then try to encourage your cousins, your nieces, your nephews that are going to Uganda to always speak up and to always report to you or to the head of school, something like that, about the trauma, about the things that is happening to them. Because even there's some teachers that used to sleep with young kids. Yeah, we should not go there. Like, it happened. So you should all encourage your people that are going to Uganda to study about these things. You can also share your trauma, the things that happen to you. You can share it with us in the comments, and I'm so grateful for the people that are watching. The two people. It means a lot. Thank you guys, and see you next time. And thank you, Alice, for joining today's live.
You're welcome.
Bye.